Hi everybody, my name is Sean Mulligan, and today I'm sharing my story of living with Prune Belly Syndrome. I'm a 40 years old survivor. For those who don't know about Prune Belly, it's a rare disease that affects 1 in 40,000 births. 50% will not make it at 2 years old. I was diagnosed at 3 weeks old that I had this disease. The doctors told my parents that I would not live very long, and it would be best if they didn't name me or get too attached. So the first 2 or 3 years, I spent a lot of time in and out of the hospital because of how sick I was. On top of Prune Belly, I was born with only one functioning kidney. And so with my parents constantly being told I wouldn't make it, they eventually bought a burial suit, which I wore at Easter when I was about 2 or 3 years old. At 3 years old, I had a procedure called a vesicostomy, which is an incision in your abdomen wall, and then a catheter is placed which helps relieve the urine from the body, because then this way it kind of takes the stress off of your kidney and also of the bladder. I had this for about 5 years. It was then reversed. At 7 years old, I had my first testicle brought down, and then a year later at 8 years old I had my second brought down. At 14 I had my first kidney transplant. The interesting thing with this was prior to the transplant, every day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, I had a headache, I had a stomach pain, or I should say stomach pains, leg pains, that nothing could get rid of. So it was very difficult to play sports or even stay awake in school or just even pay attention in school because I had all these pains and nothing relieved that pain that I had. But when I was 14 and I had the transplant, it was gone. There was no more pain. So that took about a year to a year and a half to get used to the healthy feeling. The first transplant lasted about 4 years. The second transplant lasted another 4 years, which I had that at 18. So at 25, while I was waiting for my third transplant, I was on dialysis, which was for 21 months. It was very difficult both mentally and physically because it's a fact of I was 25, I was still active, and I was being forced to be kept alive by a machine. It started out as being just for 4 hours, 3 days a week. It did get reduced to 3.5 hours, 3 days a week. When I received the transplant in 2002, it was my third one. Now I'm actually close to 14 years with a transplant. Everything's been great. My last lab results were the best they've ever been in my entire life. And so I've definitely had a lot of ups and downs. It's very difficult with trying to deal with the illness and also trying to concentrate on, even little things. I always felt alone because when I was younger, the doctors told my parents that there weren't many cases in the world. But through Facebook, I've actually been in contact with many families around the world with Prune Belly. I've been in contact with people from Brazil, India, Canada, and even locally in New Jersey and Philadelphia. The reason why I want to get the word out about Prune Belly is I want these families and these children to know that they're not alone, that there are many survivors around the world that have been through the same or similar cases. And so I just want to let them know that they're not alone and they can come to me at any time through Facebook. I'm more than happy to help. But I just want to send that message out that I'm here for anyone who needs the help, and hopefully there'll be other messages that I'll be putting out there in time. And hopefully you like this, and thank you. Bye.